Day 26, Grand Enchantment Trail. I'm having another one of those mornings. I may have made a mistake picking such an amazing campsite last night because now I don't want to get up. It's so nice here. The creek is flowing right next to me. The birds are chirping. The area is nice and clear. You know, there's benches and everything. And so today I have to first thing is I have to get up and put on my wet shoes, which is probably why I'm still in my sleeping bag. And then I'm going to be passing Cooney Mine and then just fording Mineral Creek a whole bunch more times. And then I'm going to be making my way up towards the snow eventually. I had such a nice and relaxing stay at Los Olmos in Glenwood. I think it may have carried over to today too. So whenever I get up, that is my plan for today. Okay, I'm right at the site labeled Cooney on the map. Got some mining equipment there. Check out a little bit further, see if there's more ruins. Okay, got some more metal poles. Don't know if those were mining relics or if they're modern. Supposedly there's some stone ruins around here. They could have been further down by the creek. I didn't really do a whole lot of exploring because I had a little bit of a sleep in this morning. And as promised, a brisk morning ford of Mineral Creek. Not too swift or deep in this part. Oh, actually swift right in the middle. But a little later on, I can get out. There's a lot of flood damage. Oh, and this is steep. A lot of flood damage along this trail, so I won't have this nice groom trail. I have a feeling I'm going to be in the water a lot. More signs of how built up this canyon used to be. And then right in front of me, there's a bit of machinery just around this tree. Right there. With the glare from the sun, I'll zoom in a little bit, or I'll just get closer if I don't get caught up on trees. In 1 second. It's a little scrambly right here. Okay. This guy. Zoom in a little bit. You know what? I was so concerned with what was on top. I didn't really see what it was resting on. Here's some stone ruins. I think there were some closer to the Cooney Mine itself as well. And here's an old pipe right at a water crossing. Holy cow, look at this operation. The best I could find on my map is that across the way is a mine called Valentine Lode. I actually think the mining stuff I passed before was Cooney Mine, and the Cooney was basically the Cooney camp. So this must be from the Valentine Lode, and ooh, there is a lot here. There is a lot still here. Oh, look at that. And all the way up there too. Amazing. Sometimes these things sneak up on you. There is a trail right here, and that's my trail junction. No sign or anything, just this luckily visible trail on the side of the hill. So I'm leaving Mineral Creek just back here. I'm actually going to backtrack a little bit and grab some water. You might be able to see it. It's through the trees. And then I'm going to take this, I think it's called like Log Cabin, or it's Log Canyon Trail, way up to Burson Road, which I'm going to be on for many miles today. And this is a steep trail. Wow. So still on the Log Canyon Trail, it went up and then started going down. And on the way down, I started getting this weird sharp knee pain. So I'm sitting down right now, actually in a burned area. I took some ibuprofen, gonna rest it a little bit and see if that helps. I should be coming up to this split today where I choose between taking the main GET through the high country or doing the high country bypass. If my knee doesn't start feeling better or more normal, I think that might make that decision for me. I've been flip-flopping for a while because I do have the skills to do the snow, but the alternate, you know, usually when I do that I don't have an alternate, and the alternate is a similar length and still winds through the Mogollon Mountains just at a lower elevation. But have to see what happens with this knee thing. Okay, so this is Burson Canyon Road. So to my right here, about a mile, is the ghost town of Mogollon. Further, all the way down there, actually is the town of Alma. So early season hikers, when there was peak snow melt and they couldn't do Mineral Creek, had to come up this road all the way to here. Now I'm turning to my left, and it does say road closed. That is, the road is still closed to motor traffic. Obviously, you can hike or bike up here. And so I'm going to be on this for, I need to check, but I think like 6 miles. I really slowed down my pace because of the knee thing. Sometimes when I get sharp pains in my knees, if I slow it down and walk it out, the situation resolves itself, whatever is going on. So I'm at kind of a leisurely pace right now. Still feels a little off, but doesn't have those sharp pains. So I just have to monitor that. So in about 6 miles, I've got that decision. Again, when I first started doing this trail, I'm like, well, of course I'm going to take the snow. I've got the snow skills for it. But usually when I do that, I don't have the alternate. And it got me thinking, why? So I've been flip-flopping back and forth whether I'm going to take the alternate or the main route. Yesterday, when I had all that time uploading videos, I actually came up with a multi-step decision process. So again, the knee might trump that decision process that I spelled out yesterday, but yeah, I've got 6 miles to figure that out. Just passing over Silver Creek Divide. Already got a little tiny bit of snow. The roads usually melt out pretty quickly. So yeah, already getting some snow, but still have a ways to get to the split off point. Wow, just a little bit further over Silver Creek Divide. Obviously there's a blowdown right here, but part of this area has been plagued with blowdowns because of these horrible fires that have ravaged, and I'm just getting a look at it right now. That entire side over there is just gone. And then you look out here and there's just nothing. These fires were a while ago. That entire hillside is just burned. So one of the problems on the regular route is there's a lot of these trees, these blowdowns, hundreds of them after the snow. So that's one thing to consider. And now that I'm over that tree, I can finish that thought. The other thing to consider too is the alt is not without damage either. There was some flooding from the fire damage that wiped out maybe about 4 miles of trail. So not great stuff either direction. It's either snow and blowdowns, or there's going to be a 4-mile stretch of trail where you're going to have to kind of figure it out. This is almost terrifying, not just visually, but, you know, hearing the wind whipping through them all wrong, hearing the creaks, knowing that any of these guys can fall down at any minute. Look at this. It's scary. I mean, I'm a California resident and we have our fires make news, but I don't know if I've ever walked through this much destruction in a burn area. It's not necessarily a California problem, it's a Western US problem. This is bad. This is a bad fire. Alright, here's the moment I didn't want to come. This is the split. This trail to the right is the crest trail that will take me to the across the high crest of the Mogollons, or I follow the road down in elevation to another trail that splits off at a lower elevation. I am torn. In my little decision-making plan, first one was how much snow is still here at the junction. Gosh, I don't know. It's patchy, but I remember looking at the snow layer, and like just as you climb up a bit, it gets pretty thick. I'm gonna need to like sit and think about this. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm back. So it's between snow and a ton of deadfalls, or 4 miles of washed out trail and probably still some deadfalls too. So, which one? I made a decision and now I'm still questioning it. Okay. I'm taking the alt. I was able to get some cell signal and I checked in on the snowpack. And when I went through the Pinaleños, the snowpack was all this light blue color and there were still issues there. This one, the snow has melted off quite a bit, like since I first started watching it. Like it's different shades of blue, and it was like purple and it was extensive. Now it's light blue, but it's also kind of this darker blue, which means there's still quite a bit of snow left up there. I checked the updates from that people had, that Masochist sent me, that from social media sites that I'm not on. But what I think finally made that decision is there's actually like a vault toilet at that point. It's like a parking area for when cars are up here. And on my way to that vault toilet, that tweaked knee started feeling weird again. So I think my body is trying to override my adventurous mind. There is still a part of me that wants to like turn around and do it. Oh. Okay. Unless you see something a little bit later where I turned around, I'm oh, it's even hard to say. I'm doing the high country alt. And I would like to add that almost everybody has done the high country alt, the lower elevation route this year, and actually the past years too, because just leading up from that trailhead, there were a ton of deadfalls that were cleared last year, but apparently they didn't clear all of that trail, and there's still like hundreds of them there. But most people who have done this already have gone through with higher snow levels. I definitely have the skills. I've got my microspikes to go up there. Right now there's probably less snow than when the handful of people that, or like 2 or 3 people that went through there did go through there. It was the knee thing that put me over. It was the knee thing. So I think my knee is fine, but I don't want to like push it with the deadfalls, because the deadfalls, you're not just like straddling them. You're not hurdling them. Sometimes you're like throwing your whole body over them. Sometimes you're crawling underneath them. And if there is anything that I did tweak in my knee, I think that would not be good for it. So knee is feeling a lot better. It's just I felt a little pinch, whatever's going on in there, as I was going to that vault toilet. So taking the lower route. Much further down in elevation now, and the surrounding mountains are actually starting to look pretty, at least this way. There's still destruction out that way. I've been walking through this burn scar for a long time. I'm not sure how far I'll get. I'm actually taking the road all the way today. There's a couple campgrounds along the road that I can stop into. I actually just picked up snow and put it in my my bag that I used to filter to pick up some extra water for today, because I'm not sure if that first campground has water. But looks like I'm committed to the alternate route at this point. Man, looking out, I just cannot get over the extent of this burn. Like, it's insane. This entire ridge over here just gone. Sun is fading away. It's going down, and didn't quite make it to the campground, but I did find this little pullout on a forest road. That's a car camping site. a dispersed car camping site. Like there's a fire ring and everything right there. But that'll do for tonight. Yeah, I had no idea how long the road walk was on the alternate because I figured I'd at least be kind of probing the higher route, but my knee has been feeling weird off and on, so I think this was a good decision. So tomorrow I will definitely be finishing the road walk and be starting down the creeks. In all honesty, I need to look at this alternate route a little bit more. I know I'm going down creeks. I know there's 4 miles. They're kind of washed out, and then at some point it reconnects with the original route.